let's try this again. Refresh checking because looking froze. Is there and what's it called? ICFC happening this week?
Yeah, Wednesday.
Oh, sick. Only had a PC.
Oh, hello. It says you're muted. Hello. Yo, what's up? Can you hear me? Oh, okay. I just can't hear you.
Fee, can you hear me?
Yo, okay. We good.
Okay, I had to switch the settings.
Sweet.
All right, yeah, that's way better.
Right. Did you invite me on PSN yet? I don't think I saw one. Could be wrong though.
Yeah, I had to reset my tagging and shit.
Okay, no worries.
You said it was just VDX,
Yeah.
all caps.
No, but I don't think that matters.
I believe, yeah. I think this is you.
Gotcha. Got it.
What? I just got through doing some rank matches. I finally got a couple of my ranks back.
Nice.
Yeah, dude, I've been getting hit hard, dude. I was like my first week on PS4, I was dumb close to Tekken God, and then I just got trashed on. I've been stuck between Emperor and Yakuza with Noctis.
Okay. Um. So yeah, I guess that ties into what I was gonna ask. Is your main goal just like ranking up? Do you have other goals? What kind of what are you looking for out of? I guess
Okay,
like in general.
so for rank wise, I just want that to reach TGO. Like that's the main goal. But to look past that, I'm trying to go pro in Tekken in general.
In what?
Rather
Sorry.
it's with I'm trying to go pro in Tekken.
Yeah, you said something right after that.
Oh yeah. So regardless if I'm using like Noctis or Lydia, because I know Tekken 8's be coming pretty soon, so I'm focusing on Lydian as like my main going into Tekken 8.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
Let me see. So for me, do you want a specific character? Do you want me to just play Noctis? So what kind of like how can I help you like work on your improvement, like what you're looking for?
Okay, so my first, I really do want to fight your Nazis just to see how I can stand up.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Um, the other thing is my biggest issue is I get pressed on a lot, and I don't really know how to like handle characters like Harong, Anna, Nina. I can handle Steve pretty well, but as those and Xiaoyi and those characters specifically, I have the hardest time fighting.
Okay. I can't really play those characters, but I can imitate that like style and we can like go with that.
All right,
Yeah.
and I think my fundamentals definitely need some more work.
Yeah. Luckily most of us all need it, so not alone. All right, so we can just rock these first to twos and then we'll talk about it and keep going. We'll basically play it like a tournament. So
hmm
um obviously you can ask me the difference, like you can ask me questions and stuff like during our set. Like I'm not gonna be like save it for after, you know. So
Okay.
ask me questions, whatever, but we'll just yeah, run it like a tournament first to two. That's kind of the setup I like to treat it as.
All right, bet. Oh, by the way, let me ask you this: am I allowed to clip the matches like just to save for later on and like show my Xbox homies like,
Of
bro,
course.
I fought V?
I'm recording, so I'll be able to share this for you later.
Okay,
But you're welcome to record whatever. Yeah, that's totally fine.
but
Round one. Fight.
nice.
KO. Round two. Fight. KO.
Ah, sick.
Round three. Fight.
Mm.
KO.
Oh shit, I like that.
Round four. Fight.
Ah, I missed it. Nice. That was awesome. That was I noticed I definitely missed some punishes and shit.
Mm-hmm.
That was dope. Yeah, I thought about using Kunimitsu in Tekken 8. I don't know. I'm 50-50 with her at the moment.
Yeah, no, I think Cooney's probably gonna be pretty solid unless they decide to make a bunch of changes.
True that. I wish Lydia wasn't so damn linear.
He's linear if you do her stuff in kind of like a straightforward way, but her tracking is good enough. Like to if you like play with timings a little differently, it's not so bad.
Point taken.
Round one. Fight.
Ah. Sick.
KO. Round two. Fight.
That was some of the sexiest shit I've ever seen. Wow, -9.
Oh, nice, good shit.
Round three. Fight.
Ah, missed my foot.
KO.
That does hit ground. I forgot.
Round four. Fight.
Mm. Ah. Damn.
You win.
That back, that's just scary.
So tell me what the match felt like to you, and tell me what you feel like you could have worked on, and we can compare like notes. Like, what did I see? What did you see?
One, I had a bunch of missed inputs. Like there was a couple of times where I went to do forward 1+2 and I got forward 1+2.
I feel that that happens to me a lot too.
Dude, it sucks. That, and I feel like I missed a lot of punishes.
Do you know
like,
which
easy
punishes? Do you know like which situations?
I think 2-2, like either the first 2-2. There was another one I can't think of the top of my head. I think down 2 I did once. Punched it once.
Yeah, you did get a while standing one too.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, it didn't seem too. It didn't feel like there were big holes I was exploiting yet. I mean, there was some punishment, but I think a big one I was missing that I was seeing was I was getting you with a lot of kind of like you didn't challenge a lot of my frames. You were kind of waiting for me to just stop, and I think that makes sense why a rushdown character would kind of beat you, is because like there are openings. Like if I'm doing 2-2, 2-2, 2-2, yeah, there's the threat of 2-2, 4-2, but it is -9, and sometimes you do have to like take your frames in order to kind of set the pace and reestablish control of the situation. Or like I was doing like 5 down forward ones in a row, you know, like that
Yeah.
It's like there are answers like, you know, miniature sidestep, jab. Your down forward one will win because my down forward one is -1. So if you were to do
Mhm.
one right after, you would outpace me by a frame. So on one hand, it's good that you're not mashing into everything, right? On the other hand, if you over respect every situation, you're just gonna get mixed constantly. So
Okay. Yeah, there's where I'm at, there's a couple like harangs and like Ana players that just bash the fuck out of me. I'm just like, damn. What like where am I going wrong in like this matchup, you know?
yeah, beating like string pace poke characters and stuff like that, you have to really
Mm,
be intimately aware of like what movement options you have, what frame options you have. Otherwise, you kind of are just stuck. That's a big part of it.
sure.
Round one. Fight.
All right. Mm, impressed. Nice. Ah, I like that.
Round two. Fight.
Ah.
Great. Round three. Fight.
I don't know why I let that go. I felt I can't even be mad at that. I know better. I can't be mad at it.
Get ready for the next battle.
Now that up forward one into forward 1+2, was that like a call out trap or
Sorry, which situation?
he did up forward one into forward 1+2?
That was kind of just me being like, I know you're not gonna like you're being really respectful of all of my frames, even though like I'm not at an advantage, so I'm just trying to counter hit you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Round one. Fight.
Ah, I didn't come out. Ooh.
KO. Round two. Fight.
I fucked that up. Hmm. I pressed one. I pressed one.
Round
It didn't finish. No.
Damn.
KO.
That was good.
4. Fight.
Ah, that was cool. I felt it.
Final round. Fight.
Ah, sick. Ah, misinput. Ah, I didn't think you could do it again.
You win.
Yeah, so
And
okay,
now-
I think I have a good idea of we can run another after, of course, because that's part of it. But I think okay, so I know recently we talked about how -10 is the first time something's punishable and -9 is when it's safe. When you think of like, make sure I'm not asking the question in a weird way. Basically, I want to know like your understanding of frames or like kind of your decision making around it. But like you know that like a standard launch punish happens around -15, jab punish is like -10, right? I guess a good way is just to talk about it concretely. So like, yeah, it's interesting. So what I'm noticing, which is like you actually aren't pressing that much, which I consider harder to teach that kind of restraint, right? So it's like generally you're pretty respectful, and then you wait for an opportunity to pull out your offense, and then you just kind of go with it, right? And I already said this 2 seconds ago, but it kind of makes sense why you might struggle against like a Hwoarang or an Ana or something, because they prey on that. Like they prey on you hesitating completely so that they can mix you up, right?
Right.
So let me experiment with something. Let's do another first to 2. And for at least the first game, I'm going to try to pick Hwoarang and see if I can get away with this.
I know as far as like frame wise, I'm still trying to learn all the frames or as much as I can to be like, okay, this is what I need to do in this situation, this, that, and the third, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I think understanding what like I'm at like -1 or like -3, like I know they have technically an advantage, but what can I do to try and punish them for being greedy? Like if they're taking more frames than they have, or their offense has a bit of a vulnerability, right? Like if I'm doing 2-2, 2-2, 2-2, and you're blocking it, you can sidewalk left to get around that, right? That's one example of like if against pressure, there's proactive things you can do. Just blocking is really good, honestly. Like many people could learn from that to just block. However, there will be opponents who will abuse that. If they recognize you're just blocking, they'll keep their offense kind of safe and just mix you up, right? If they're not afraid of being counter hit, if they're not afraid of whiffing, then there's no longer any fear. They can just keep going.
Okay.
Fight.
Oh, damn it! I hate when it happens.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to
Shit.
do, but it worked.
Yo, I saw it so late.
Fight.
Press. God damn it.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Round 3. Fight.
Oh my, why did I do such a thing?
Oh.
KO. Round 4. Fight.
I wish I knew how minus that string was. Oh, that blocked it, nice. Oh, shit. Mm. I hate that fucker. Like, I feel like I have a basic knowledge on how to fight him. Just, you know, that enough, I feel like.
Yeah, so the down 3-4 is a huge crucial part to the starting of his offense.
Mhm.
So, being able to low parry that, being willing to low parry that is very big. Another thing is understanding that, like, which stance gives him the hell sweep, which stance gives him the mix. When he changes stances, being able to sidestep out of it, right? There's a lot of moving pieces, I think, to the defensive part, where if you're counting on him to just stop so that you can start playing, it's not going to happen. Same thing with Anna, same thing with Nina. So being willing to integrate a bit more proactive defense, I think, is a good start. So using your parry, using your up forward 1, you know, using jab to try and interrupt because Noctis doesn't have down 4 or down jab. Like, using these quicker moves to stuff the slower offense and reestablish control is a big thing.
Alright. Oh shit.
Basically, you want to make me afraid to press my buttons, and the only way to do that is to, well, sometimes just hit me or punish.
Alright. Oh, damn. Nice.
KO. Round 2. Fight.
Mm. Shit.
KO.
Saw my whole life flash before my eyes. Damn.
Fight.
Oh, the range.
Yeah. So, my hunch off the top of my head is, you're getting to a point where defensive knowledge may be the bottleneck, right? Like, if you want to push beyond where you are, you need to understand what a character is doing a bit more deeply.
Okay.
So let me just hop into practice mode really quick and show you like a quick example, right?
Alright.
So in defense, my Horang is pretty scuffed, so we can just go into Noctis and kind of understand it from that perspective, since you know his moves a little better. Let me share my screen.
We can do that on Discord. I'm a noob. Oh, that's sick.
Welcome to the King of Iron Fist Tournament 7. Noctis Lucis Kylum. Get ready for the next battle.
No, definitely. With I know, yeah, I've told you about the other tech and stuff that's been going on in my journey area, haven't I?
A little bit. You mentioned like some friends having some issues with your frame traps or something.
Oh, that well, that's yeah. I finally told him, and we're good on that one. I got a team. Let's just say that I got a team, and we gotta really.
Oh yeah,
up
I
our
did see
game and
that.
stuff.
Congrats, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So this is one of the few things I was hitting you with, right? Oops. Oops. God damn it. Can't have the share button on. So on one hand, I understand why you respect this situation, right? Because of this. Right? So if you try and jab interrupt, you'll get hit by that, right? So I understand why you would respect this situation. Part of Tekken, though, is being willing to make a committal read and just jab out of that, right?
Okay.
You can go for a harder read with a bigger counter hit. But if somebody is kind of doing the same thing, even if it's safe, it's important to be willing to call it out. And there are a few different ways. So there's one example is if you know he's going to stop, just call him out with like an up forward one. The safer option, obviously, is call him out with like a jab or something, because it's like, you know, the quickest thing you have.
Yeah.
But if you're not comfortable pressing, you have the movement option, you know? So because it can be sidewalk to the left, you can sidewalk the second 2-2, especially because he's -9, so you have a lot of frames to step.
Alright.
Right? That kind of makes sense?
Yeah.
And none of these will be foolproof, right? Because if Noctis, for whatever reason reads that you're going to sidestep and chooses to do this, then you die, right? So you can't be like 100%, but it's important to pay attention to what your opponent is actually doing and try and come up with answers to that, even if it involves taking some risk. You know, ideally, like, what I like about the way you play is there's very little risk involved. Your offense is a bit different with offense, like roll and stuff has a lot of risk, but defensively, you're not like spamming hop kick, you're not like, you know, instant mashing this or just trying to jab out of everything. You're kind of just blocking and waiting for it to end, which is honestly a really good approach. It just falls apart against players who recognize that you're doing that, right?
Right.
So it's important to have the ability to be proactive on defense. That's like what Cuddlecore does with like Power Crush, or you know, with her jabs or her down jabs, you know, stuff like that. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So at this point, what I think would be very useful is in future sessions sending me like matchups or like VOD reviews of characters that you feel like you don't understand. And then we can fill in those knowledge holes. Because when I played against you, honestly, I felt like you understood most things. Like you ducked the third hit of that. Sometimes part of the proactive play is just being ready to duck the second hit. And I know we had a bit of a delay, like, but like if you can do that, all that stuff makes a big difference. And then starting to develop that skill set against all characters, you know.
Okay. And I was definitely trying to when you were streaming one day, I was asking about that crouch cancel down forward too. Um, I know that's one little side thing I'm kind of practicing on. I don't think I got it down quite yet, but it's getting there.
Here, I'll show you how I do it. Maybe it'll help. I don't know if it... Wow, that's hard. There you go. Kind of tight on Noctis.
Okay.
So basically, as soon as you block it, you tap up and then hit down forward 2 right away, right? So
Oh.
if you look at my input history, that's how you do it. That's really clean.
Shit.
Right? That kind of makes sense though, right?
Yeah.
So mechanically what's going on, in case you don't know, is from ducking, right? If I were just try to hit down forward 2, I get this, right?
Mm.
So what is happening is we sidestep up to leave the crouching state. And then immediately go for a down forward 2 once we're standing again. That's why. So you can actually crouch cancel with forward or something, but it's a lot harder.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like that. So I crouch canceled there with forward because entering a dash also takes you out of crouching state. But I find it easier to just sidestep up, right?
Ah, that's sick.
Yeah, so that's how you can work on that. And then usually I only use it on like stagger lows, right? So I would use it against... I wouldn't use it against down back 2. I would use it against like Demo Man.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because 31 is a lot more... 31 frames is a lot more generous. You have a lot of time. Even if you're super late, like... It's just so much time. You have time to backdash.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's what I would use it for, is like the stagger lows, the snake edges, the hell sweeps, stuff like that.
Okay.
That's what I would use it for. But yeah, I would say integrating up forward 1 into your play is going to be pretty important. Big reason is, you know, Noctis does suck against pressure, right? So let me switch and put Hwoarang on the other side. Or let me put Anna.
Oh, there is one other thing that I wanted to mention was the turtling scenario that happens now. Cause I don't know, cause when I came to PlayStation, man, like, it took me a week to get back up to Tekken King, and then I don't know, it was like the homies was like, "Yo, you know, be fearful of this Noctis. He gonna miss you." I don't know what the hell happened, dude, but I'm getting turtled like hell.
All right, let me go over this quick situation, and then we can talk about that. I just wanted to talk about up forward 1 real quick. So, if Anna's doing this kind of spam, like this, I don't know if they do that in PS4, but if they do, notice how the first one hits, she's -3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then the second one comes out at 13 frames. So that means her second down forward 1-2 is 16 frames, right? Because she has a 3-frame disadvantage. She does a 13-frame move, so it costs her 3 more frames. Does that make sense? So like,
Yeah.
So the first one's 13 frames, but the next one is like 16 because she's -3. So if you do an up forward 1, it'll just stop the second one.
Oh, wow.
And another example, if she does down forward 1 jab, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jab is 10 frames. Up forward 1 is 13 frames. So usually jab would always win. But because she's -3, they'll come out at the same time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So up forward 1 is a really valuable tool against like string pressure, characters who have a lot of buttons. It's basically like playing against Steve. It's really nasty. In the Anna matchup in particular, though, it's not that good because her down 4 will evade it, and that's a big part of her offense too, is a lot of like this. Right? So
Yeah.
if you up 4, then it'll just miss because it goes under. So against Anna in particular, you have to worry about that. That's a good example. One more example is if I pick Hwoarang. There's a lot of openings where up forward 1 can work. Now, it's tempting to just press up forward 1, but that will die a lot. So it's really important to understand when you have the window to do it. And usually that's going to be based on like frame situations. So against Hwoarang, you generally are at minus and you can't mash. unless he does like a stance cancel. So he has this to go into right flamingo. You know, his right foot is up. And right flamingo is the scary stance because he has the hell sweep out of it. He has hop kick out of it. He can power crush. And he can like kind of check if you're trying to whiff punish it or duck punish it.
Okay.
So those are kind of the big ones out of that. He has a lot more options, but those are the kind of the big ones. So if he goes hell sweep, obviously, the answer is duck. Because when down 3-4 hits you, his frame advantage is so big, he's plus 14, so you can't mash out of it. So if I try to jab him, I just die.
Damn.
If I try to up forward one, I just die. If I try to sidestep, it doesn't work. So if I block this, you have to be able to punish like that. But it's really hard to duck both hits, right?
Right.
Also, if you're too slow, he could do this. And clip you with this. Kill you. So generally, it's advisable to low parry that. Because he has that frame trap built in. You generally want to low parry this string. And it's kind of a big starting point of his offense. So always looking for that is really important. Because once you hit it, once you get hit by it, you're in a guess. So if I duck, I get hop kicked, right?
Right.
If I mash for like a slower move, he can power crush like that. But that move is minus 12, so you do get a punish.
Okay. That I did not know.
Kind of the big thing with Hwoarang that gets scary is when he does this into a stance cancel. So he has right flamingo, which is his right foot up. But often he'll transition back to left flamingo after. The reason is so he can do this again. So you'll see a lot of this. Or this to just check you, you know? That. So the answer to stuff like this is kind of like understanding the gaps in the offense and the windows that you do have. So down 3-4, cancel into down 3-4 again. The cancel is the moment of like vulnerability. So he cancels and I can do up forward one because he's wasting his frames on the cancel, right?
Ah.
But it's not a guaranteed answer because if he goes this, then it will catch me trying to up forward one, right? So you can see that it's like partially guessing. And that's what I mean by having to be a bit proactive on defense is sometimes you have to go for a guess. You don't always. But if you're constantly getting mixed, like if Hwoarang is constantly doing this and you're just waiting for him to stop, he's never going to stop. You know?
Yeah, I learned that the hard way, man.
Yeah. So there, the offense naturally ends, but he doesn't have to end it. He can just keep going. Right? It can go on and on. So your options are, you know, when he cancels, try and hit him out of it.
Okay.
If he does that spinning kick, the big spinning mid, like this, you can step in between those. You can't really challenge it. Oops, sorry, I messed up. Like that, you see that? I got a sidestep in between the first one and the second one. So that's the kind of linear or holes in offense that need to be exploited as well, whether through counter hit attempts or just stuffing with quick jabs, avoiding with like a down 3. So it's weird to have to tell somebody to kind of mash it out sometimes, but I think that's something that I was noticing was missing, is I was able to just go in and do all this and be like, he's not going to challenge me, so I don't have to be afraid. If anything, he blocks it and punishes, but then I'm just going to keep going again, right? I was really... Right. And, like, Noctis does not have the frames or the string properties to do this, right? Like, this is duckable. This is duckable. This is -9. So Noctis of all people shouldn't be able to get away with this kind of spam poking. So that'll honestly be a good exercise for you to get comfortable being a bit of a proactive defender where you're trying to catch the holes in somebody's offense, you know?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think that's what I would mainly focus on for next time is you're getting blown up by somebody who's spamming strings or something. Look for... take them into practice mode and copy exactly what they did and see if you can find holes in their string. And you can also ask around. Like, a lot of people know this stuff already. And then as for your Noctis play, I think roll is bad, but nobody's going to beat it. But it's going to come back to bite you later. Because there are true, like, option selects that characters have. So, like, I couldn't do it on PS4. But if you do, oops. You can, like, sidestep right every option. You can generic down 4 every option. So it'll more often than not just get you killed. So generally I recommend, yeah, like, using it once in a while, totally fine. Canceling into, like, a full crouch mix, pretty good. But roll is very much stoppable. So I discourage it generally.
Okay.
But aside from that, that's probably what I would emphasize the most is a bit more proactive defense. You know, look for counter hit up forward 1. Look for jab stuffing the offense. Just blocking is more than okay. Like, I am genuinely happy that that's, like, kind of your default. Because it's like, you know, just block is, like, the safest way to make an opponent open themselves up. But once they do open themselves up, you have to capitalize, right? So that's kind of what we're looking for is that second step.
Okay. Your boy got some work to do.
But... yeah. Do you have any other questions I can help with?
Nah, you kind of hit it right on the nail, dude.
Cool.
I do have a request, if that's all right.
You have what?
One request, if that's okay.
Yeah, what's up?
Let me fight that racist devil Jin right quick.
Okay, all right. Can you invite me again?
Yeah, I got you. Boy, Bad at Burns, he's a Devil Jin main, bro. So I know he would definitely have it be like, to see, you know, the good tech with Devil Jin and shit. I just want to see how racist he is.
Yeah, Mishimas will also probably push you to be very, bit more proactive on defense. Because if you're just blocking the whole time, they will hell sweep you to death. Stuff like that. So. So this might even be a good example too.
And I hate, like, I don't know if I called it out, but me and you were having the same problem one day where we just couldn't fucking block the lows and shit. Especially me, bro. I couldn't, to save my life, couldn't block lows for one day.
Welcome to the King of Iron Fist tournaments, Devil Jin. Get ready for the next battle.
Sick outfit.
Round 1.
Yeah.
Fight.
Nice block.
KO.
I tried to backdash, nice.
Round 2. Fight.
Hell yeah. There you go.
Oh, missed it.
What a block.
KO. Round 3. Fight.
Ah, I tried to call it out nice.
Perfect.
Damn.
Round 4. Fight.
Yeah.
Hella racist.
Super racist. Damn. There's one thing I'm trying to really get over. It's I don't necessarily have a play style. Like in general, I just kind of play off the opponent, and I think
That
it's
is
kind of good
optimal.
and bad.
That is optimal.
Yeah.
No style is the best. High key. Like if you don't have a style, people can't abuse you for having weaknesses in that style. So what I would say is the weakness I'm noticing is not adapting to someone who has a button play style, right?
Mhm.
That's what I think is missing. So that creates the sense that your style is a bit more passive on the defense side. So that's what I
Okay.
mean by adding that. If you were able to represent that, then you can really be like no style, full adaptation. You know, that's ideal. You know.
All right. Oh shit! What?
Yeah, if you don't tech, that happens.
KO. Round 2. Fight.
My ankles, man. My ankles.
You see what I mean? Like,
You know what?
that has
I'm
to be
trying to-
low parried eventually, right? Like,
I'm trying so hard.
that's minus 12 also, so you can punish that.
Oh, okay. Oh, sick.
Uh-oh. Oh, you stepped in? You're crazy.
That broke me.
That the health sweep? That's insane. Yeah,
Dude,
GG.
GG's, man.
Yeah, I'll put this on YouTube. I'll put it unlisted unless you want it public for whatever reason. But yeah, no.
Yeah, put that shit in public, fuck it.
Hell yeah. God. Okay. You have any other questions for the last part?
I would say how was the Lydia, but I really didn't use her like that. I was mainly just focus on Noctis, because wherever I learned with Noctis, I'm kind of transitioned to my other characters.
Exactly. No, I think all your characters, at least the sense I'm getting so far, is your offense is okay. You do some risky things, but you don't overuse it. I would say it's better to do once you understand the opponent a little better. Like, I'll roll on my opponent if I know they're not going to press, or if they're really just, like, really passive. So I'd probably roll against you. But, like, I wouldn't roll in general, because it's too scary. You can die for it, and you get, like, nothing out of it. The risk reward isn't there. And then... Yeah, I just felt like defensively you're very, very passive, which again is safer, but can get you killed against like mix-up heavy characters like those string poke characters or like Mishimas. Like you were willing to block Hell Sweep, but how many forward 1+2s came out, right? So it's like against that mix-up, sometimes the answer is don't guess, press, which is a weird thing to say because generally you have to tell most people to stop pressing. But in your case specifically, I think that, you know, pressing to stop a mix-up will create more pressure on the opponent. Because if you are just guessing right, that's okay and that's good. A punish is good. If you stuff their timing, it shakes their confidence. And that lets you start existing in their head, you know?
Alright. That's cool.
Yeah, for sure, dude. But thanks for booking this. That was really, that was fun for me. So, hope it was fun for you.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, that was awesome, dude.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. If you
Yeah,
need
hope
another
next
one, you know where to find me. But
oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Hopefully next time I've improved greatly.
yeah, and I think in particular we might benefit a lot from like replays. I think that might help you a lot. Personally,
Okay.
I'm happy to play you more, obviously, but I do think replays will help a lot more.
All right, cool.
Sweet, dude. All right, have a good one. Thanks again for being flexible with the scheduling. I know I was everywhere, so I really appreciate that.
That's all good, man. Take it easy.
All right, take it easy. See ya.